Welcome to Transforming the Trades, the podcast where we empower you to take charge and innovate your business. Whether you're a plumber, electrician, or any other trade professional, this show is designed to give you the tools and strategies you need to succeed. Sit back, grab a cup of coffee, and get ready to take your business to the next level with Transforming the Trades. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Lynn.
Thanks for coming on to our inaugural series of podcasts today.
I appreciate you extending the invitation.
So, Joe, why don't you tell the audience who you are, who's your company, and I'll tell them why we know each other and why we shouldn't know each other, but you can go ahead and do that.
Well, I'm Joe O'Grady with the Service Profit Group. We are a coaching, consulting, and training company that tries to think outside of the box, because I found that when you try and put contractors all in the same box, shit happens and they don't follow through. So we have created a system that allows them to be them, and we just hold them accountable and keep them engaged.
How long have you guys been doing this?
6 years. Well, okay. So I've been doing this 9 years. I started by myself and I was traveling every week. And I got a little tired of traveling. So I went to work for a Ben Franklin plumbing company out in California. And I did a 2-year contract. Then I went 6 months over. Couldn't wait to get back to Florida. Ended up going to work for another coaching company. And finally, my wife said, you know what? I think it's time you do it on your own again. But find a partner. Kind of weird. So I found my partner.
Weird.
Yeah. Do it on your own, but find a partner. So I found a partner, and we've been doing it ever since. We love life. We love our members, and I love this industry. I owe my life to this industry. So, and then one day I met you. Oh my God. Yeah, you can tell him, Lynn.
Yeah, I can tell him.
I'm not ashamed.
Yeah. So Joe and I have a working relationship, a very successful one, I might add.
Very much so.
And Joe requests that we have a boot camp once a year. And we focus on accounting and budgeting. So the reason that I really wanted you to come on is because you do think outside the box. You actually have, I think, some unique experiences. This podcast is really about transforming the trades. So I'm not really interested in what we do today, where we've come from, because that all laid the path to where we are going. What I'm interested in is, what is it that you, as a business coach, a consultant, that advise, I don't know, several companies on a weekly, daily basis, what is it that you see as becoming maybe a pivotal point? Or do you see a pivotal point?
See, that's the funny thing, Lynn. I do see that technology is helping the industry. But at the same time, because of the work that's done in the field, you still need old school hands-on. But you really have to monitor it. But now you can. You can monitor it because there's so much technology out there. I saw this, what is it, Nuvo?
Yeah.
Is it Nuvo?
Yeah.
That was around when Clockwork opened, Clockwork Home Services. But their thermostats, when they broke down, it used to say, emergency, call 1 hour heating and air. It didn't report. They've taken it another step. We can do that in the field with the techs. Right. You can actually have remote ride-alongs in the field with the techs. It's phenomenal. So technology has come a long way, no doubt. But you still need the same bread and butter ride-alongs. You definitely have to have some sort of call-by-call management and accountability.
Well, I think the key word is accountability. But if you think about what you just said, though, it's really about what I believe is going to transform the trades. It's not just technology. It's the partnerships that you develop. It's the way that you train with technology. Not that you're not eliminating old school skills. I think that's a little tough right now. We may have that somewhere down the road, but right now that's not here. And I believe that what we're seeing is that it's an escalation.
Do you remember the conversation we had at the retreat where you told me about a company that is selling HVAC online. And I said, you are nuts. They're nuts. I just had that company come on as a guest for my all owners because they walked me through it. And I went, psh.
Oh, you got it.
I got it finally.
Yeah.
So there are times that I think myself, old school people, some of the owners who are older school, I think they need to start embracing the possibility of change and technology and utilize it at their own, because some people just don't want to do it quick.
Well, we had a couple of guests on earlier, and both of them had the same message, which is that there's a shift in the mindset of the operator that's going to have to either transpire or lag behind. And that is, you've got to embrace the consumer. So focus on the consumer, how they buy, why they buy.
Data.
Exactly.
That's what they need to pay attention to. Our friend, Mario.
Yes.
Yeah. Mario was one of the first people I met that lived his whole life by data. And he transformed his company sixfold. Like, it was crazy. He did a great job, all from data. And he took that and used technology to produce the data, to analyze the data, and it gave him the answers he needed.
Right. That's correct. And
ChatGPT. Have you used it yet?
Yes.
You have?
Many times. I actually put in there and said, can you please give me insight on Joe O'Grady? And it said, no.
Wow. I thought we were being serious for a moment, but ChatGPT.
That's why we have podcast producers. They edit stuff out.
ChatGPT wouldn't have anything on you either, because it doesn't go back to the old, like, what do you say? She came off the ark with the animals? I mean, come on.
So let's talk about that for a second, because there's a lot of noise.
You coming off the ark with the animals? Let's not.
So
that's a whole nother podcast.
This is why he was going to be my co-host. Can you see this? So, no, I just saw somebody post this past week where they had taken, and it's a paid version of ChatGPT. So it's Google Bard. And they had uploaded a financial statement, and the financial statement could be analyzed.
Really?
Well, I thought that was interesting, and I thought, that's not very cool.
Well, not for us.
Well, no, because data can be bad. So if you're going to...
Garbage in, garbage out.
Right. So it's a garbage in, garbage out. But there's also, now we're at a point where I think we've got enough benchmarks in our industry that we understand what the benchmark should be. Therein lies.
Well, okay. So that changes.
That does change.
When part of the reason I started SPG is I heard a business coach tell a room full of hundreds of people in the room, plumbers, that if they were getting 8% net profit, they were doing great. And all I could think about was, that can't be right. The numbers that I ran, I could get them to 21% if they operate a certain way. But this guy was telling them 8%. That's old school thinking. I think that this technology is going to help owners realize that it's possible. But you're right, garbage in, garbage out. I'm kind of a little disheartened that ChatGPT can analyze a P&L. That's a little scary for me. Can anybody here teach me ChatGPT? Like, I need to learn this.
Well, I think it's just an example of, it's a bit noise. It's almost like it's a marketing play.
Oh, it's huge right now.
But there will be applications that will utilize that based on the proper algorithms so that it would perform and analyze the way that it should. And it's available now.
Have you actually looked at it? Have you taken a P&L and put it through ChatGPT and tried it?
I thought, no.
I'd be interested if you did it to see what your thoughts were.
I should. In fact, I'll make a promise and I'll do that. Because I think it's a great little example of, okay, here's what it said.
Right.
Here's what I would have observed.
Well, that's the curious part. Like, what would someone like you or I observe? Because we think, one of the things I do love about you, and I don't like to admit there's anything I love about you because you're kind of a grumpy old broad, but one of the things I do love about you is you will be realistic and you are no BS when it comes to the numbers. And you and I look at it very similarly.
Yeah, we do.
And some people who are saying, well, I was talking to a guy downstairs. He's telling me he's got 51% gross margin and he's doing great with 20% net profit. He's lying and you know it. Come on. 30 trucks? No way. But
you think he's more or less?
Less. His gross margin is probably 50, 51. No way his net profit is 20.
No, he's got too much overhead.
No joke.
Yeah, he's got to have enough overhead
But that's why I'd love for you to do that ChatGPT thing. And I'd like to see what your analysis is. Because so here's the old man in me, the old school. I'm still not totally sold on tech. So I kind of like trying to...
It's okay. We'll send you to counseling. So we talked about the P&L, using the ChatGPT to do an analysis for P&L.
And I'm curious what ChatGPT would say. Like if you said, I don't know how it really works, but if you said, I have a plumbing company with 10 trucks and... what should my gross margin be? I wonder how it would analyze that and give you that data, because you and I both know, live and die in the gross margin, right? Do you still believe that?
I believe it because I believe in you. But no, I do. It is. But let's talk about what the transformation of the industry means. Let's think about that for a second.
But it's not transforming in the gross margin. See, that's where my old school comes in. Can you convince me otherwise?
So what can convince me is that if your gross margin is where you live and die. So Joe, we were
on the margin, the gross margin, ChatGPT, and you said something really interesting. You were talking about how to save that gross margin by using technology to
become more productive and more efficient.
So what kind of things could we do there? Because I'm all about training. So one of the things is virtual.
Right.
Holy cow. We use it at Top Gun. Interplay, we use virtual training at Top Gun. You can literally put a technician in these Oculus glasses and create a scenario for them that they have to go through the house in a virtual world and fix things.
So I didn't realize that you had started to do that. So
we've been doing it for a while.
That's awesome. But the advancement to that is that transformation is that no longer you've got to be there standing over them. I understand there's the fundamentals. So there's fundamentals.
I'm old.
There's fundamentals.
Accountability.
And real experience.
Yes. Well, the accountability, I guess, if they don't do it, you'd get a report. So that would work great for tech. So some of our members are using Interplay in their centers now, where the tech has to sign in, go through the course.
Certification.
And get a little certification. It's working pretty good. Less callbacks. Much less callbacks.
Well, what about support and management of the technician?
What about support and management of the inventory? But support and management of the techs, absolutely. I mean, you got Service Titan, right? They're doing a lot. You've got, what is that one program for dispatching that you...
Buck AI.
Is that it?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Buck.ai.
Buck.ai.
Right.
You're giving yourself a plug because that was one of the baddest programs I've ever seen. It's like super bad.
It is super bad. Service Titan just came out with a similar. It's called Dispatch Pro.
Is Sierra like that?
Sierra is somewhat like that. It's more siloed, but the whole concept between all of them is that it is taking something that takes a long time, that's a manual task, and it's able to automate that to a high degree of accuracy. It doesn't necessarily eliminate human intervention, but
that's what everyone is afraid of. There is no doubt we're all afraid of, what was that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? The Terminator.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, all these jobs are going to be done by robots or AI or something. You won't need CSRs, you won't need dispatchers, and it's scary.
It is scary, but we still have a business to run.
In the end, yes.
So we still have a business to run, and things evolve. So even though, let's say, a CSR or a dispatcher, there's a new role that evolves.
Like what?
Well, I can think of, you mentioned inventory.
Okay.
Okay.
Inventory, you can do automated, the whole thing.
Well, you
barcode scanning. There's a guy in Tampa. He has sensors around the truck doors.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever a part leaves the truck, it automatically
takes it out of inventory.
Automatically. Right. It's amazing.
I would hate to be his bookkeeper.
Oh, well, why?
A lot of in and out for a lot of little things means a lot of reconciliation. Somebody's got to do that.
But it puts it to the job. So if it's,
what if it doesn't go on the job?
Well, garbage in, garbage out. I mean, the system has to work. Again, we're talking about innovation technology. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they've worked that out. And if they haven't, don't use it. And that's the other thing. Aren't you at all worried about like what's going to really work? Because I hear everybody saying the same thing. Hey, technology is the wave of the future. And if you don't use it, you're going to be left behind. But how do you know what works and what doesn't, Lynn?
So I think data is the wave to the future.
Okay, and Mario proved that.
I think technology enables data to be analyzed or used.
You know, it does crack me up. This is the funniest thing. Someone your age, well, let's face it, we're up there. You're a very experienced woman. Mm-hmm. Okay, is that better than saying your age? Say you're experienced?
I'm experienced. Okay. Seasoned.
You're a very seasoned woman. Salty, but seasoned. Okay. And you embrace technology like my teenage son. And it just cracks me up. I love it.
Well, I had 12 years at IBM. That helped.
You know IBM's like hardly around anymore.
Oh, they're silently around all the time.
Oh, see? There we go. Terminator. Big brother. There you go. The machines are going to take over.
But that is the transformation. And
I do know that.
Part of it is recognizing it and beginning to understand it and embracing where it can enable you to be a better operator.
My business partner, Phil, you know him.
Yes.
Is all about technology. All about it.
Yeah.
And I know you wanted to talk about this, but I'm still nervous, and I need people like you and Phil to take my hand and walk me through it, because I'm just like the owners.
So I'm
afraid of change.
So think about this.
I don't want to be obsolete.
So the reason that I launched Contractor in Charge was really about empowering an operator to go and do what they do best.
Which is what, though? Because technology's taken that over, too.
Deliver and sell and serve the customer.
But sales, now it's going online.
Isn't that exciting?
No.
Then a technician could be a technician.
Okay.
Okay? So that's not entirely bad. So a technician that is... So think of it this way. You want to sweat in an attic all day, or you want to sit at a desk and sell systems?
Me, personally?
Yeah.
I'm rebuilding my kitchen. You know the answer. I'll take that desk any day.
Exactly. So it changed. The activity still remains. It's just
it has to be done.
Right.
But how do you think, honestly, in 10 years' time, mm-hmm. they're going to have a remote technician that can diagnose and analyze a system? Well, in HVAC, I know they will. In electrical, they better get on that because, quite truthfully, that Nuvo thermostat, you can do the same thing in a smart panel, right?
But that is the new technician.
Yes. What are you going to do with plumbing? Come on.
Leak detection?
Well, you've got automatic leak detection now.
Yeah, automatic.
But it's only going to say that there is a leak, not where that leak is.
Today, but it could. So there's no reason why.
I just said, you know what? I can't believe you got me to think this way.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if the pipes, the flex pipe, right? Mm-hmm. What if it had some kind of a conductor of copper or something in it that can tell there's a break and where the leak is, and now you know exactly where it is?
If you have sensors around the back end of a van that knows when a part comes on and off, why would you not be able to detect a leak?
That'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
See,
think about
people like you are going to get me there. Don't worry.
I thought, and I really can't cite who this is, but I thought there actually was a system out there that would turn the water off.
There is.
Okay.
Oh, no, there is.
Okay.
And you can do it remotely.
Yes.
It'll do it automatically, or you'll get a signal on your phone telling you that there's water leakage or something.
Correct.
And you can turn it off remotely. I have one on my house.
Did you stop by Smart AC?
No.
Check that out. So same concept.
Yeah.
Device sits on top of the AC. You put it on the registers. It measures the diagnostics of the air conditioning unit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't that part of what the Nuvo does?
I think it's a different model.
I think does it link into the motherboard? I think Nuvo does. I'm not sure yet. I have to go check it out.
No, I don't think so. I'm sorry, I can't explain it. So, but the concept is the device is managing the diagnostics, and it comes with a consumer app, so you can actually self-monitor. And part of the whole value proposition is for the operator is that now you would potentially sell that as part of your membership plan.
So let's talk about this margin, because we talked about a lot of stuff, and I'm starting to think that if you can do more remotely with answering the call and scheduling, that's going to lower your overhead down below. But if you can prevent callbacks by better training and remote training and interplay, and if you can not diagnose things without even having to go to the property, you're cutting your labor cost above the line. Wow.
And reducing your costs.
That would be phenomenal.
Well, that is what a software as a service actually, that's their business model.
SAS.
Yep. So this is our
SaaS.
Two A's. Yeah, RAAS, remote, or SAS.
Remote software, is it?
SAS.
Yeah, SAS, but what would, remote, it could be remote service as a service.
RSAAS.
Yeah.
Yes,
SAS.
we just.
RSAAS. God, I love you.
We just invented the new.
Did we invent that?
We did.
Are you sure?
No.
It seems like kind of logical.
But you know what? Nobody else is here to take it away from us. We're claiming it for the moment.
Yeah, all right.
So, you know what? I'm hanging out in the same Facebook groups you are. I've never seen when that would come up. So, I'm thinking we might have just invented it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm using technology.
Yes.
Look what I did.
Oh, you have a barcode on your
QR code.
Yeah.
I am so excited. I am so excited.
Yeah. Who talked you into that?
Oh, Phil.
Okay, good.
I said, I want postcards. He said, that's so old school. Let's put a QR code on it. I said, one of those silly boxes? He's like, yeah. I'm like, that's stupid. I got news for you. People love it.
Yeah, of course. So let's close on this. So gross profit margin, net profit, right?
Yeah.
Why? How do you transform that? You transform it through technology, through business models. I'm a big fan. If you can't manage it, you can't train it, don't hire it.
Or if you can't track it, you'll never be able to manage it, so don't hire it.
That's another.
Because you need to track it.
That's right.
Everything has to be tracked.
How many call centers have you been in that are tracked?
That are tracked? Actually tracked?
Mm-hmm. And what do they track?
Well, that's just it. Okay, the reporting there is usually crummy. So I mean, they do say they track it, but then I see what they're tracking and it's human error because it's a human being who's dispositioning the call and they don't do it right all the time. So actually none then really. So I guess if you can do that with AI, that'd be awesome.
It's already available.
It is?
Yes.
Are you using it?
No, but I know the partner that I could enable to do it.
Oh, when are you going to do that?
We're talking to him.
Every time I see you, you're talking to somebody.
That's
you talk a lot.
That's why I stay relevant.
It kills me that you are so old and so relevant. It does.
Thank you for that compliment.
I meant it as a compliment.
I am relevantly old.
You are experienced.
Seasoned.
Seasoned.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Not salty. Seasoned.
So, Joe,
Yes, Lynn.
I appreciate you coming on and helping me do the kickoff. I know this won't be the last.
I hope not.
Stay on topic about transforming the trades. What did you learn from us today?
I learned that I don't have to be afraid of technology, or no, that I shouldn't be. And then when we started talking about the gross margin, I realized actually you could transform an entire business by using the technology properly, but you got to track it.
You got to track it. That's right.
You got to track it.
It's your friend.
It is your friend.
So I know you'll be back on.
I hope so.
I look forward to it.
Can I do a plug?
Yes.
So we're doing a fast track to scaling your business event, and that's what this QR code is.
And when is that?
It's November 9th in Orlando. It's going to be off the hook. So I've got Leanne Chapman. They own a company in Utah.
Right.
Connect Building Services.
They're a client of ours, too.
I know they are.
Yeah.
And did you see how well they're doing?
Yes.
Yep. She's going to be speaking.
Awesome.
I've got Corey Boiler from High Level Marketing. It's a company we've done some work with. They do a great job. And I have Joe Giannone. Do you know Joe Giannone?
Yes, I know.
He sold his company. He turned it into Stallion, and he did a great job. He sold the company. So he's going to be there speaking. And Brendan, who's here, is from Redwood. He's going to be speaking as well. And we're going to take the people through a ride of sorts.
Exciting.
From their marketing to building and growing their business to preparing for sale and how to get out of it and how to exit properly.
Exciting. Joe, that's awesome.
One day.
Just one day?
Just one day. One day only in Orlando.
November 9th.
November 9th. It's going to be off the hook.
Do me a favor. Send me a link and I'll help promote it.
Guess what?
I'll do that right there.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in to Transforming the Trades. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and gained some valuable insights and tips for your trade business. If you found this podcast helpful, be sure to subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to check out our website where you can find additional resources and information to help you grow your business. Until next time, keep innovating and take charge of your success.